Oh, hello. Welcome, everybody. Hello, hello. Yo, what's going on? All right, cool. Yep. So, welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the show. If you're new here, my name is Mitchell, and today I'll be talking about drama free life. So, I do these YouTube lives every Tuesdays. I see you, Tracy. Every Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time. Saturdays at 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. And if you guys do find this video content of value, you guys could show your appreciation by donating any amount that you feel is equal to the value of this video. Details will be in the description. And if you really want to help one of y'all friends, share it to your friends. Leave a like. Let me know how you like it. But in the meantime, I'll be talking about a recap episode and 4 slides. I'll be talking about today about how to live a more drama-free life. Now, I get it. Drama is a spice of life. Sometimes we kind of indulge in drama. Some of us watch movies, TVs, or whatever for the drama, right? I remember I had a friend. He said, man, during COVID, there was zero things going on. So he literally watched, he was like, there's no sports, yada, yada, yada. So he literally watched a cop chase a car down. Like that was his form of entertainment. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. What I would suggest is, are you the person maybe creating drama in your life, right? Like you might not want to participate in that, but standing from a distance, maybe it's okay to kind of view it in a different type of lens and be like, okay, you know what? I wouldn't want that type of drama in my life. You know what I mean? So be careful what you look for. Okay, be careful what you look for. But anyways, I do want to talk about a recap episode, which is getting attention versus paying attention. And that's a slide and episode as well. So if you guys are interested, you guys could go check that out. But anyways, Joseph Gordon-Levitt gave a quote, so I want to give him a quote. I want to quote this. He said, if your creativity is driven by the desire to get attention, then you will never get. You're never." And what he meant by that is, if your drive is to only focus on you getting a certain type of attention from other people, then the type of creativity that you have for yourself, or even to grow as a person, it's going to be really difficult, because most people, especially nowadays, they love focusing on what kind of attention they're getting, but more than likely they're not paying enough attention. And that paying attention requires listening, to other people, requires listening to yourself, asking yourself questions, right? So let's move on. First bullet point. So there's another thing that you can do with your attention, and we choose our reasons for doing things, but I always spoke about intentions. So what are your intentions before you start doing the things that you want to do? What are your intentions, right? If you want to lose weight, I get it. Or you want to be healthier, I get it. But what is your intentions? What is your ultimate goal? What is the values behind those goals? What is it? If your goal is to just lose weight just because you want to see numbers change on a scale, hi Tracy, just because you want to see numbers change on a scale, then is that something that's really going to be sustainable? I mean, it's attainable, but is it going to be sustainable? On the other hand, if you want to, let's just say you want to lose weight because maybe you're like, hey, you know what? It might be a little bit healthier for me. I hope the lag changes for everybody. I don't know what's going on. I don't think I'm lagging though. It's good for me here. Okay. Welcome everybody. Welcome. So anyways, I'm talking about intentions now. The intentions. So what are your goals? What are your values behind those goals, right? How are you going to set them? Because that's what's going to make whatever goals that you have a little bit more lasting. This Mitch. Okay. All right, cool. All right. Moving on. So I think I gave an example of my friend before. He wanted to dance because he was like, he wanted to get at girls, and that was his primary goal. And so once he got a girl, he stopped dancing. Maybe dancing wasn't his thing. I don't know. But then yeah, I was like, no, I love dancing because I don't like being on a treadmill. So that was my goal. I just don't want to be on it unless I have to, right? But I started doing it, and I start loving what I do. And as you're doing it, you're going to become better at it. I remember the story. Yeah. Maybe Min, just maybe reset it. Maybe reset it. It might be better. Don't, could he dance else? I can't. I can't. Um I could try. I don't see why I couldn't learn it. But it requires two people. I usually dance solo. Um or dance in a group, dancing to the same song. Yeah. Anyways, so well, okay, so he says, I try not to see other creative people as competitors. I try to see them as collaborators. So it goes back to what I was talking about before. If you want to live a little bit more of a drama-free life, you must learn to play well with others. You know what I mean? Like as a kid, like just think about all the things as a kid, how basic, how fundamental it was, right? You got to share your toys. You got to speak nicely to people, right? If we follow what we did as like in preschool slash kindergarten, first grade, whatever, like a lot of people will be much better people. But yet we somehow forget our basics, our foundations. Like you got to learn how to collaborate with other people. It means that just because it's not something that you want, but then, you know, a lot of people, they get the ego gets in the way. They're like, yeah, I remember I trained one chick at Starbucks, and then she was cool. She was listening. I was like, yeah. I was like, yo, if there's any questions, feel free to ask me. You know, this is how you make certain drinks. She was brand new. Then later on down the line, a few months later, obviously she knows how to make all the drinks now. And then she just let the power get in her head. I was like, yo, I get it. You got promoted, but at the same time, you don't have to be an asshole. He's like, Mitchell, I'm your superior now. You have to listen to me. And I was like, no, I don't. You could get me written up. I don't have to. Like, I'm not going to listen to you if you're going to belittle me, if you're going to, you know what I mean? So it's like, there's certain people that gets their little power ego, the power trip get in the way of who they were. You know what I mean? As opposed to, it's like, why can't we learn to be collaborators, right? Learning how to collab. That's where love, affection, that's where everything goes. Oh my God, of course, kind of coworkers. Yeah, you know what I mean, right? You know what I mean? It's like you were trying to help them out just because they got so, but actually, that's a good sign. It means that I shouldn't ever talk to you probably, because chances are, if you're gonna do that once, you're probably doing it again, right? Same thing for a cheater. If you allow them and if you allow them back into your life after they cheated, what makes you think they won't cheat again? What makes you think that? Okay. So, being addicted to getting attention is like being addicted to anything else. It never gets enough, right? You'll never get enough. So, you know, maybe your first thing is like 1,000 followers. Next thing you know is 10,000, 100,000, 500. I need 1,000,000. Like even after 1,000,000, it's never gonna be enough, right? Just like being addicted to anything else, especially the young. Yeah. But hey, you know, things happen. I have zero control over people. What I have control over is, do I want to be around them? And guess what? I don't work there. It's all good. I am saying it based on personal experience. Yeah. So, anyways, so going back to that, it's like it's no different than saying like, oh, once I get this, then I'll be happy. Once I get this, then I'll be happy. Because then it still goes back to how happiness is now a moving target. And then this is how you're going to create anxiety for yourself. And when you're very anxious, it's hard. It's difficult to be happy. It's difficult to be in the right place in mind. It's difficult to do things consistently, willingly. You know what I mean? So basically whatever I'm teaching you guys and what I'm explaining to you is, how do I always find myself back into my center so that I don't get bothered? I don't get perturbed. I give 1 second chest depending on issues. Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, to be specific to Tracy, like what happened to me, it happened like consistently, like, oh, this and that. I was like, you know, there's still another superior ahead of you. I get it. But oh well, you know, like there's things change, you know. I've learned. I hope she learned too as well, right? I think everyone wants to be happy in life. Wants happiness in life. right? It just takes time to seek it, right? And you know, happiness happens by choice, not by chance. So it's something that you have to move towards. You have to learn how to move towards that. And by learning, moving towards that means also letting go of a lot of things that you're once comfortable with, right? So maybe you're comfortable being around that person. You like being around that person. They give you joy, but also they give you a lot of misery. So you're like, well, is this misery really worth being their friend, being whoever, right? It's like, do you really want to deal with that? I personally don't want drama in my life. And a best way to remove myself from that is either removing myself from that person, or two, not taking things too personal. Now, you could say, Mitchell, you could just be emotionally more resilient, right? You could be emotionally stronger, regulate those emotions. Yeah, absolutely, I could. But after a while, it's like, do I really want to put up with all that nonsense? You know what I mean? And it's like, it's not worth it sometimes. It's really not. Like, I'd rather save my energy and direct it to something else. That's something a little bit more useful than spending it trying to deflect, not trying to get pissed off because you're around me. You know what I mean? Low drama is good too. For me, it happens a couple of times. I put the person in check. Person continues to escalate it to the next stage. Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's always good to let them know. Let them know, hey, look, I don't appreciate you talking to me like this. So it's kind of like, don't take shit from people, but also don't lose your shit, right? So, yeah. And it all comes from paying attention to yourself, paying attention to other people so you can learn more, so you could understand more. You know, education, what will set you free is educating, right? Learning new things about yourself, learning new things that can apply to yourself so that you no longer associate with those that will waste your time, right? Like, too many times where I spent my time that on other people that I can never get back. I spent a lot of time on other people that I will never get back. To people that don't appreciate it, that takes me for granted. It's like I'm supposed to do it for them because I'm this or because I'm that. Like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. What I do on my time, that's on me. If I'm giving you my time, it means that you should at least appreciate it. But then it turns from appreciation to you should be doing it for me. You know what I mean? It's like, it's no different than like I see it in guys and I see it in women too, right? Where the guy will expect the wife to do certain things. Like, she's not your servant, right? Where's my food, right? And the other way around too is like, look, I get it. When the husband comes back and he's having a bad day, and she's like waiting in front of the door, waiting to unleash her anger and frustration, right? Looking for altercations. It's like, who wants to be around those type of people? Like, you can deal with it, but do you really need to? Life is already stressful enough. So it's your choice on whether or not you want to be around those certain people. So you have to look into that person. What are their goals and what are their values? What do they participate in, right? Do they just unleash and unload things onto you just because they can't deal it with themselves? And I understand the unloading part, but you have to understand everybody has a limit. Okay. And now, depending on how you unload it, whether you're unloading it by anger and frustration, or you're just always constantly complaining, neither one of those are good. It means that, hey, you know, I have some things that I do that's on my mind, but let's just, you know, let's try to find a solution for that, you know. And I like it if you hear me out, because I just need somebody to talk to, whatever, right? And then they hear you out. And after they hear you out, they also want to know that, are you going to solve it, or are you going to continually talking smack about it every single day? You know, like, are you going to do something to make a change? See, Tracy, expectations need self-checking. All right, so going to the first slide is, where are your thoughts, right? Depending on what you focus on, that's who you are. That's pretty indicative of how you look at things, right? If you always look at things half full versus half empty. That matters. As cliche as it sounds, that matters. So, are you focused on something that hasn't even happened yet, right? Having anxiety, like, oh shit, what if you did this? Or what if you get this job? What if, like, they always think about the worst case scenario. Nothing even happened yet. You haven't even done it. Right now, all over the place. What you mean? What's all over the place? But moving on. So are you planning on not having a good time? Because I know people that's just constantly seeking for bad things to happen, and once it does happen, they're like, see, I told you it was gonna be a bad day. I was like, of course it is gonna be a bad day. You're always looking for a bad time to validate what you believe in, and once it does happen, like, see, I told you, it's the end of the world. Why? Because I dropped this fork and I can't eat anymore. It's like, okay, then get another fork. But taking small little problems and making it big, right? That's usually what happens, right? A lot of people. Now, depending on, no, I'm serious. Like, that's what they're constantly trying to look for. They're looking for faults. Or maybe they're like, they get a flat tire, right? They get, I fucking knew it. Bad fucking day. What's the point of living, right? Yo, it's chill. Like, yo, it's good. Like, you got a spare tire? Okay, cool. Yeah, you got a spare tire? Yeah, let's put that on. Yeah. There's this place that I could talk about, Costco. Yeah, they sell tires over there. They open pretty early, so maybe you could go order it the next day. Just keep that spare on. Just don't drive it on the freeway or the highway. You be good. You be straight. You be straight. Yeah, they put it on for you too. You got warranty. It probably costs you like $80 to $100 depending on the tire size and all that. You know what I mean? No, I'm serious. It's real because people be blowing up shit. I used to get my ass yelled at for dropping like a napkin. And now I realize, look, this problem's not me anymore. It's not me. I get it. And then so I would, out of anger and frustration, I would retaliate. And then it would just blow up. One thing next to lead to another. And then like, yeah, it would nonstop. Then it's a battle of who could win that battle. You know what I mean? It's just acting. So it's not acting. This is real life. This is real life, right? So anyways. So like the example of today was, I think I already kind of shared it on my live earlier, but then I was like, yo, a lot of things did not go my way. A lot of things didn't. And I'm like, fuck. Okay. The situation does not look great. But is there a solution at the end? I said yes. But is the solution going to take more time? I said yes. So is the reason why I don't like it because I'm a little impatient right now? I'm like, absolutely. So how would you solve that? Just be a little bit more patient. But I waited long enough. I waited a very long time. And I did. I waited a long time. But guess what? Not everything goes your way. Do you still have everything else going on that's good for you? If you're going to point out all the bad shit that's going on in your life, what else good things are happening? And I'm like, shit, yeah, a lot of good things are happening. It might not all happen all at once. And you ever notice one thing bad always seems like the next thing that hits you is like a fucking truck? So I was like, all right, I'm not going to let this snowball into this mental factory, if you will, and let it like ruin my day. So instead, I was like, let me see the light in this picture. You know, like, I get it. They're giving me the bad news. They're not telling me, they're not like the gatekeepers of, you know, like, hey, this is why you have, like, they're just letting me know this is what you need to do to fix this situation. Right. So I was like, all right, it's going to take more time. Sure. All right, fine. I already waited long enough. It's all good. It's all good. Is it going to be done? Yes. Okay. So move on about that day. But also at the same time, they're doing me a favor by letting me know. It's kind of like, it's no different than if my girl told me, hey, Mitchell, you know, my ex. She was like, "Yo, this is what happens when you drive. Like, you just get mad, and then when you get mad and you yell and you scream or whatever in the car, technically you're not really yelling at them. Like, I hear you. It makes me feel a little uncomfortable. And then my solution to that is like, well, I feel better. It's like, yeah, but it's like, yeah, you feel better. I get it. But at the same time, it doesn't make me feel any better. It makes me feel anxious and not really want to sit in the car. It makes me like, I want to have a good time with you, Mitchell, but it gets kind of difficult to have a good time with you, especially when all you do is get mad. I had road rage before. Yeah, I did. And I was like, man, like I really got to change. I really got to change that. And I was like, and so you know what was the quickest way to remove road rage for me at least was I was asking myself, I was like, why the hell am I always mad? And then I found out I was like, because I want to get there faster. Okay, does getting there faster have anything to do, like, is it time limited? Like, do you have to be first in line, or you know what I mean, to get there faster in order to get whatever you need? I'm like, no, I'm just going there to buy groceries. Like, grapes will still be there if I really wanted it, right? If there's no grapes, I'll probably get raspberries or blueberries. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like giving examples, you know what I mean? So like, my road rage, I was like, am I in a rush? Okay, if you are in a rush, then why the fuck did you leave late, Mitchell? You're right. I should leave a little bit early if time was of the essence, you know what I mean? So I was like, okay, I'm not in a rush. And if I was in a rush, it was on me, right? Because I didn't get there early or whatever. Or I didn't manage my time correctly, so it's still on me. So I realized that a lot of the things that caused me to have road rage was because it was is my planning or lack of. And I was like, all right, so let me try to work on that. And so sometimes when that person does not go on that green light and it turns yellow on me, and guess what? I gotta sit there and watch that red light. I'm like, all right, I'm not in a rush. I'm just not in a rush. So it's okay. Look, I'll still get to where the most important thing is, can I get there? Can I get there? And the answer is yes. Is usually yes. You know what I mean? And so I look at the end result too, right? And not let the obstacles get in the way, right? The circumstances get in the way of what I want, what my main goal was. Me Marilla. I'd be mad right there with what helped Zach? What's up, Zach? What helps me is knowing I'm on a rock floating in space. It just pulls you in like gravity. It's hard to tell. It's hard to not have road rage here in Vancouver. Don't matter if rush or not. Yeah. Maybe that road rage is being backed up by something else, right? Whatever it is holding you back. That's why following your trail wise will understand why you're getting mad, right? And behind anger is fear. Like, what was I so fearful of? What was I really that fearful of? Oh, that person would have hit me, blah, blah. Now, it'll be different if they almost hit me. I'd be like, oh, shit. But at the same time, like, look, nothing happened. We got that. We got out of the way, you know? If I was early or late, it won't make a difference to me. That's good. That's good. So it's like, it's at your leisure about going to that place. You know what I mean? So it takes away a lot of the pressure that's unnecessary. And so living a drama-free life means that, are you creating drama yourself? Because I've learned a lot from that relationship. My past relationship is like, yo, Mitchell, you always get mad, blah, blah, blah. And so I realized that the reason why she was so distressed and the reason why she kind of pulled away and backed away from that is because of how I started acting as a dude. Now, was she all great and perfect? No, we all have our own flaws, but at the same time, I'm not trying to correct her. I'm not trying to fix her. I need to fix myself first. If I can't even fix myself, how can I expect another person to be the way I want them to be if I can't even show up in that place? So then I was like, let me take it away. Why am I always constantly getting upset? Why can't I look for better things in that situation. So how long was I in that past relationship? A few years, just a few years. But it it was long enough for me to feel comfortable, and also being complacent too. You know what I mean? So that was on me too. You know, like I didn't know a lot of things I knew now. Like I didn't date. I didn't court. I didn't listen. When things didn't go my way, I just get mad and upset. Like that is not what a masculine dude does. You know what I mean? Like that's not what a guy does. I just get mad. Oh, you don't want that. You told me you want it, and I'm just like all flustered, like ruffle. What would you call that? My feathers all ruffling my feather. Yeah, something like that. Sure. But anyways, so yeah, going back to what I was talking about earlier, like my day was kind of rough. I get it, but I looked into the light of things, and I started talking to the person that was helping me, because that was more important. Like I had to realize who is the most important person right now. Like who is the most important person that I'm talking to right now? You guys are the most important people right now to me, nobody else. And the same goes to when I was speaking to that person. That person deserves my full attention, because why they giving me their full attention? At least at that place, she was giving me her full attention. And instead of looking at all the bad things that happened, let me focus on what that person is doing for me, because I get it, it's their job, but they're not obligated to give me the best work and effort. You know what I mean? But because I decided to, you know what? Let me let some of that go. You know, I get it. Things didn't go my way, but hey, you know what? Well, we're still human at the end of the day. There's still a solution at the end of the tunnel. There's that light. So I was like, yeah, how's your day been? What you been up to? Has anyone been giving you like a hard time? Right? I hope I'm not that person. Like we cracking little jokes here and there, right? And then I gave them whatever I was asking for, and there it was. And then at the end, even after we were done, there was like, I was just sitting there, and she walks up. She was like, "Oh, that person that you were looking for earlier, I think that person might be there. Let me go grab him for you." She didn't have to do that. She didn't have to. Like technically, would you help someone if they just gave you a shitty attitude? Like let's just say you wanted lemon in your water, right? And you got so pissed off that you didn't get lemon in your water. I get it, right? And I know it's silly to talk about. And then all of a sudden whoever the owner walks in with a bag of lemons, right? But that person gave you a shitty like attitude. Are you gonna offer them lemons? You're probably not. You'd be like, fuck your lemons. Fuck your lemons. Or you probably do something to those lemons, you know what I mean? Exactly. Right? So, just learning, like seeing the brighter picture, even though when things aren't the way you want it, will still lead you towards a better result. You know what I mean? And of course, that person that came back, they came back. I'm sorry, Mitchell. There's a lot of people here. I'm mistaking that person and touch limits. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, it was my mistake. I did that wrong person. I was like, you know what? It's okay. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate your effort. I really do, because you done more than what you probably would have done for anybody else, So I really do appreciate it. And yeah. And then that was it. And then so let's just say this, like karma, like it, if you made that person's day, chances are that person is gonna make another person's day, right? And it could easily end wherever they decide that they want to end it. But just knowing that you put in your best foot forward, and that you gave them the time of day as a person, just remember, we're all humans. We're humans of emotions, okay? So when you talking to people, you want to make sure that you talk to them like a human, and making sure that, hey, you know what? They're doing me a favor. They're not, and especially if, what was that quote from? It was it Dale Carnegie? I can't remember. It's like, never do something to somebody that could harm you by doing nothing. You know what I mean? By doing nothing. So maybe they could play the whole waiting game on you, right? Or maybe it's as simple as you got a reservation, but you were an asshole to the host, and they're like, no, I'm just gonna let two other people skip ahead of you, and you can be mad all you want. they did nothing. All they did was let two other people go in front of you. You know what I mean? Uh, I know, I know your conversations make my day. Thank you, Zach. Appreciate it. Hand touch. I still can't. Hand touch lemons. But anyways, going back. So, um, found out that there was. Okay, so so at the end of the day, we still managed, still got things kind of done. Right? We at least got an idea of what we need to do now. And then, I decided, I was like, you know what, let me just kind of keep light of that situation and just have fun. And then I was like, yo, did you see what happened to that person? Yeah, we just having a good time. And then we just started cracking up. And then we went to Costco afterwards, right? Me and my brother went to Costco. We got some food. And then, yeah, it was like we still saw light at the end of it, and we still had a great time. It could have easily been like, oh yeah, imagine if my attitude was like, damn, look at that sucks, we got this many more things to do, fuck Costco, man. And then next thing you know, I'm pushing my cart, someone hits my cart, man, like I'm just, every little thing's just gonna tick me a little bit, you know what I mean? So like, and that was me before. It's like, yeah, I could live like that, but why? Why? You attract more bees with honey than vinegar, right? Or flies. Is it flies? Honey, bee. Yeah, so that's why it's so important. Costco should pay you. I know, right? Yo, Kirkland's Tang. Everybody gets sponsored by like esports, Warriors, whatever. Just sponsor me, Kirkland's. I'll drink your water every time. Kirkland's. I make sure your tag's right here too, right? Anyways, that's why starting your day right, it's so important, right? Maybe it's your rituals, whatever it is. Those are important. Keeping your day straight, being grateful, right? Being honest with yourself and seeing where you're at. And let's just say your life sucks. Well, admit it. Hey, life sucks. But how do I want to approach this now? I get it. Life sucks. How do I want to approach it? Do you want to approach it like everybody's here trying to get like tear you down? Or are you going to make the best out of whatever cards you dealt with? Right? So that's why you got to let go of a lot of that resistance. Maybe you're waking up and that person right in front of your face, breathing your air. They're breathing my freaking air, right? Your surroundings, your environment, the people around you, right? You got to, if there's certain people, certain things, your environment, whatever it is, right? I had a joke. I was talking to someone and I was like, yo, how was your weekend? He was like, oh yeah, I went out to eat. I went drinking a little bit and I smoked. I'm sorry if you're hearing this. You know who you are. I'm not gonna call you out. But she was like, I was smoking and man, like that just fucked me up for like 2 days and here I am just, doing my thing. And I was like, wow, holy shit. Like, damn, you smoked? It's been a while. And you drank a little bit? Yeah. They were like out having fun. I was like, be careful with the people you hang out with, like next thing you know, you start letting things slip. Your standards start dropping, your values, you start compromising shit that you don't normally do. So then, so then the next person walked up and was like, hey, how's it been? Not to me, but to the other person. They was like, oh yeah, my day's great, like, oh, my weekend was good too, I was like, yeah. I was like, yo, she was out there dropping her standards. It was just funny as hell. Like, we all laughed, but I mean, I was just cracking jokes here and there, but it gives light to a lot of things. Like, no, seriously, be careful who you hang out with, because you're gonna let your standards start slipping a little bit, and once that does, it's one little things at a time, right? Just same thing. Look, if I ate one bag of Cheetos every day, I'll be fucked up. Okay? Both inside and out. I'm talking about pimples breaking out, right? Shit colors being different colors that I don't want it to be. It's not gonna feel great. I get it. TMI. Shit happens, literally. All right? So be grateful, Be grateful. You gotta be grateful, right? So choose your surroundings, choose your environment, choose the people you want to hang out with. That's really important. And so yeah, that's why even in my last episode I was talking about how people wake up looking out with their lens, their eyes, and how they look at life, looking for altercations, disagreements. You know what I mean? Like there's certain people. Here's an example. If you ever shopped at Amazon or eBay or whatever that has reviews, Yelp reviews. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, I love Cheetos. Cream cheese. I hope you hit that. Um, you ever watch those? You ever read those reviews where it's like 2,000 positive reviews, and then you get like the 2% or 3% that gave 1% or 1 star review or whatever, or item never came, and then they blame them. It's like, okay, I get it, but that really goes to show how you view life, right? If you only focus on the negative reviews, even though they're so minimal, but you ignore all the great ones, then guess what you're going to be focused on? You're going to focus on all the bad reviews. You're like, oh, damn, I probably shouldn't get it. I probably shouldn't get it, right? And then maybe let's just say like your friend got it and got a bad experience. He's like, oh yeah, I'm definitely never going to get that because look, see, it validated what I believed earlier, right? Now, if I get it, if reviews are important and I understand that, but if you're only focused on those when you buy clothes online, yeah. Well, okay, I didn't know, and I just learned this recently, that as a guy, we have it pretty simple. When we buy pants, we're like, oh, this is my size. 30, 31, 32, whatever waist size, and we buy it. Ladies got a little bit more of a challenge, okay? Your hips might be a little different way, right? There's certain body structures. Maybe you're lengthier in your torso, but you got short ass legs, or you got long ass legs, and you got yeah. I don't know. I didn't know that. So you know what? I can see why. Maybe it's like sometimes you don't like shopping, and sometimes you do. You gotta always try on your pants. I'm like, no, I know those are gonna fit. I know those are gonna fit me. Why? Because it's my waist size. All right. Yeah, I do. Yeah, we got it pretty simple. We got it pretty good. So I don't complain. Right? But I understand, right? It's being empathetic. I understand. Look, girl, I know you gotta try on that pants. See if it squeezes, right? Do you have oxygen? You got oxygen in there? Can you breathe? Okay. Is it stretchy? If it's stretchy, you're gonna have some wiggle room, right? It's gonna look good. For no, no, I just found that out. I didn't know. Like I knew it was difficult. I didn't know it was that difficult. Like, oh, I could buy jeans from Abercrombie and Fitch, but I can't buy it from Levi's. I was like, why? Yeah, I didn't know. Now I know. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm not. Definitely not. Can't you tell I wore this like at least 1,000,000 times? All right. Now moving on. So do you make you happy, or do you rely on others to make you happy, right? Are you currently happy with where you're at, but still pursue all that you want, right? Now happiness becomes this moving target. We spoke about that, right? If you always depend on other people to make you happy, happiness is a moving target, and you will never be happy, right? Just like a drug, you'll be addicted, and you will never have enough of it. But if you learn to press your own buttons, I stare at a freaking wall and start laughing, and I have a great time. Okay? To other people, yo, Mitchell's fucking crazy. I'm like, I just had a fucking blast because I remember what happened 5 years ago. I just remember what happened 5 years. And you can't tell me I didn't have a good time because I just started laughing. Okay? So, yeah, it happens. Shit happens. It's all right. I don't care. Judge me. I had a great time. I know I'm not crazy. Sometimes. Maybe. Sometimes I could be crazy. All right? So, happiness starts with thought. Your thought, okay? Your thought becomes emotions. Emotion becomes feelings. Feelings is what drives behaviors, okay? So, thought, emotion, feeling, behavior, okay? So an example is, let's just say you woke up wrong side of the bed. Fuck, you already screwed up. You didn't find your center back. And then you're like, damn it, I gotta go to work. I gotta go work again, this piece of shit ass work. So you're gonna hate work. You go in there. You're not enthusiastic about it. You're not looking forward to work, right? Maybe it's a client that you have to deal with, or maybe you just know that you have to deal. We all have to do things we don't like. I understand that, but can you look at the positive in those type of things, right? And if you're already looking through life like things suck, life is gonna suck, work is gonna suck already, what makes you think you're gonna have a good time when you go to work? Someone throws you a surprise party at work. Okay, good luck. Amazon wish list. You're never gonna get it. Okay, you're not gonna get it. Okay, that's why I don't have Amazon wish list. All right, unless maybe sometimes someone will fulfill it. Who knows? But good luck. Okay, you're not gonna get no cake when you go into work. Your paycheck, yeah, and coffee. Speaking of coffee, I've been off caffeine-ish for a minute, so I'm feeling pretty good. I just been drinking water. That's why my bladder's been pissed off. But it outweighs each other. You know, taking a lot of piss versus too hyped over caffeine. I hate it when they do that. I cry every time. Wish list. I don't even know what I want in there, honestly. But until things get situated, I will do a tour of a room later. You know what I mean? When time's ready, I'll let y'all know. You'll see it. You'll be like, oh yeah, yeah. So I have certain things in mind. But I don't want to put it out there, not yet. But no, I'm serious. Like, if you're looking through life in that type of lens, you're never gonna have a good time. So whatever you focus on, same thing. If you're focusing on bad reviews and you ignore all the good ones, I get it. If they're like 98% bad and there's 1,000 of it, you probably shouldn't get it. And I get that. But if there's a lot of good reviews and all you want to focus on is the bad ones, I bet my house warning gift. House warning. You're already setting yourself up for failure. House warning gift. Don't come in. So there's that, right? Yeah, a lot of people feel validated through that. See, I knew it. And then so that's what they start telling themselves. I knew I was gonna have a bad day. See people. Yeah. Let's see. Instead, you should see life happening. Things happen for you. Okay, and this is how you twist shit in your mind, right? Millimeter shifts, right? Instead of seeing things all bad, what you can do is see things as opportunities and gifts. People come and go, just like strangers, just like your lovers, just like your friends. Like, as we get older, things come and go. Nothing will ever stay here forever, not even us. Okay, we all 100% of us will not be here one day unless they create this magic pill. Okay, anyways, you see them as gifts, you see them as opportunities, and you see them as experiences. That's how you can learn. That's how you can be better, right? And how I see most people, if they give me a bad time, then it's like, okay, did I fuck up and explode? Because if I did, that means that I let whatever they said get to me, and I gotta own up to that. Or they gave me a bad time, I'm like, yo, okay, maybe they were in a bad mood. Oh well, let that go. It's okay, right? I see it as a gift. People come and go. Is good or bad, as long as it doesn't ruffle my feathers. That's what I meant. Ruffle my feathers. I'll be okay. Things happen for me and not to me. Things don't happen to me. Things happen for me. And so that's understanding things at a higher vibration, higher level of understanding without letting it get to you, not letting it run your life. And remember that only you can control how you feel, right? If you depend on others to make you happy or allow other people's opinion control your emotions, your behavior will be directly related to how you feel, right? Remember, your thoughts creates emotions. Emotions. Emotion create feelings. Feelings is what drives behaviors, right? So if you perceive those thought of what that person said to you, if you let it get to you too damn much, it means that you lack control over yourself. And that's something that you have to work on your own. Nobody else can help you with that. Okay, so seriously, next time someone says something, I want you to do something to remind yourself. Maybe pinch yourself a little bit. Whenever you want to get mad, maybe just put your hand together and just, I don't know, use one thumb and like squeeze your palm a little bit, right? Just do this. They won't see you squeezing the shit out of your palms. Maybe they will. You're trying to fight, but yeah, just squeeze whatever. What is that? Classical conditioning. So where like the dog hear the bell, right? If you always ring the bell, and then the dog comes and the dog sees food, they're gonna associate the bell with food, right? So the same thing with this. If that's what's, yeah, when you're frustrated and you want to say, when you want to react versus how you're going to respond, because if you, chances are if you're responding, it means that you gave it some thought, usually, right? If you're reacting to certain things, it's usually out of emotions, and that's what, how you feel, right? Your feelings is what drives behavior. And most of the time, especially if you're mad or upset, chances are you're just gonna say some things just because you're pissed off. So an example is, I'm trying to talk to somebody. I'm like, hey, I might need your help, blah, blah, blah. And I ask that person for help, and that person just starts getting mad. And I'm just like, I'm just here asking you for some help. If you don't want to help me, that's okay, but I'd much rather not have you yell at me because it's unnecessary. I just need your help. They got nothing to say. I take you so I'm like a roller coaster, right? I'm like a roller coaster. But that's how it is. You're supposed to keep it light. You're supposed to keep it fun, keep it exciting, right? Because things happen. There's nothing that you can, like, I'm not gonna always have perfectly good lives. Like, there's going to be days where I feel like I can't even read English, okay? And it may happen. You sure? But I'm serious. Like, I know I'm not gonna always have good days, but I always try to have a good day. Just like today, like I tried dancing. I was way too exhausted, but I still tried anyways. And I did a little bit of work. It felt more taxing to even try to dance today. So what ended up happening was, instead of going all out, giving my best effort, because it requires too much energy, I was like, my body physically could not give that much. So I took a step back and I was like, what can I actually do? And I was like, well, maybe you could focus on creating sharper movements with certain movements that you remembered that does not look to your standards, Mitchell. So I literally went like this. I just started practicing like small movements, like boom, okay. When I do this, I look stupid because people was like, okay, he got AirPods on. We don't hear music, and we just got this Asian dude like this in front of the camera, in front of the mirror, right? So that's what it was. Okay. Now, good. I got 12 minutes. You sound like you're sick. You sure you don't have a cold? No, I don't. I think I'm okay. But I did go to a birthday party, so that was on Sunday though, and it was funny because there was a lot of kids. Saw my nieces, and then I was like, damn, there's hella kids in here. I'm pretty sure they don't be taking shots like that. And kids are dirty as. I don't get it. You tell, why do kids got dirty ass black nail thing under their nails? I don't get it. I'm like, don't you wash your hands? It's like, even I even call out my niece. I was like, you put on this makeup, you doll out, you're looking like a Barbie and shit, but yet you can't clean the under your freaking nails is black. That's disgusting. Don't ever reach your hands into my Cheetos. That's like, keep it. I don't want it no more. That's nasty. I don't know what kind of sand you playing with. It shouldn't be that color. Okay. I know. I've seen sand. It's brown. Okay. That shit's black. I can see color. It matches this. It's nasty. All right. Keep your hands out of the Cheeto bag. All right. All right. So moving on to, how do I change my perspective? How do you change it? How do you change perspectives? One is consistency. You need consistency. And most people usually give up too quickly or too easily before they sense any type of success. That's usually what happens. It's like, oh, I've tried it. How long you tried it for? Oh, 4 months. It's like, okay, do a little bit longer then. But actually put in the effort. Obviously, you don't care about it enough. So that's why you're still the way that you are. You're given the blueprints. How and you're not trying to do it. Why? Because it's like this. You know eating healthier, exercising is good for you. Yet why I think what's the statistic? 74, 75, 76% of Americans are obese or overweight. Okay? So that means this is what it means. It means that if you change one thing in your life, right? You stop satisfying your freaking tongue a little bit, you know what I mean? And what you want to put in your mouth, then technically you're a third, what, two-thirds? Two-thirds? One-third. A third better than the population. Okay? That means that you're in the top whatever percentage. Dollar burgers are cheaper than salads. Yeah. So it's interesting because I've heard there was a statistics of your zip code being a major factor on, like, what was it? On your was it like being over? Fuck, I can't even think. But your zip code has a lot to do with how healthy you're going to be. All right, healthy as in, I don't know if it's like mental, but I know it's like based off that. That's your proximity. If you're closer to a fast food restaurant all the time, chances are you're not gonna walk 2 miles to get a salad when McDonald's tastes better down the street and it's cheaper, right? So that's how to get you. But the more you know, the more you know. But anyways, so how do you change your perspectives? By consistency and not giving up, because success is never crowded along the extra mile. Usually it's because most people give up too soon or they're too easily discouraged. Food talk, I can talk about it all day. You just had food, Marina, so you can chill. You just chill. Okay? You had your emotional beverage already. Success is never crowded along the extra mile. So, and see what other people have. What are the clues that they leave? What are some of the successes that they have? So, success leaves clues. So, find someone that you can emulate. You're not always going to get it right the first time or many times after that. But if you continue to make the mistakes, just become better making, like, know that you're going to fail. And you know in the beginning you're going to make more mistakes than you are going to make the right ones. If I didn't say it about food. In-N-Out Burger sounds great. Maybe Thursday. Was on Google the whole time. The Whataburgers. I got to try that one day. Show me. But everything begins with thought, right? Everything begins with thought. What do you feel like changing? Now, so this is why, like, when the student's ready, the teacher will appear. The teacher would be whoever it is. Maybe teacher would be Google, maybe someone you're listening to, whatever it is. You're going to start wanting to learn. You're going to want to focus on becoming better. And depending on how consistent you are, that's where it's at. Depending on how consistent you are. You have to be sorry to Marina. I was on Google the whole time. All right, let's see. So, and also, you don't need permission to try to change. You don't need permission, okay? And I think that's what holds most people back, is because they feel like they need to be validated in order to be like, oh, I'm trying to do this and I want to be a little bit healthier, blah, 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 right? And then all of a sudden you'd be like, dude, you should just have some fun, just chill a little bit, you know? It's like, then you let your standard slip. I can't seem to read. Okay. You talked about food during them stories. I see it. But anyways, like I said, you don't need permission to do whatever you want to do that makes you happy, right? And the world is full of critics. Just know that someone will always got some shit to say. Someone, okay? It's like, are you doing it? You ever notice there's always the miserable people that always feel like they have the best advice? They're miserable as shit. Oh, Mitchell, you think you got a good relationship? Oh, you think you got a relationship? You should. you should do this. And I'm like, dude, you're a fucking liar and a cheater. You have low integrity. Your character sucks. Why the fuck do I want to listen to you? I didn't say that, but it's all up in the head, right? I have filters. It means I just don't want to tell you that because I know you don't want to hear it. Okay, you're a liar and cheater. You have low integrity. You're not honest. You lack fucking character. Why would I listen to your advice? But if you had advice on something else, maybe something that I don't know that you know a little bit more, then yeah, absolutely, I'll take some advice. Just like Bruce Lee, you take what's good and you leave out the bad, okay? I'm not gonna listen to somebody that doesn't know shit about relationships tell me something about relationships, okay? But it's okay. Everybody has their own opinion, and I think that's fair. Hours ago, me joining a phone, I talk to strangers like they best friends. That's how you get caught up. That's how you catch feels, right? That's how you catch feelings. All right. So, anyways, world full of critics. Most people are miserable. Okay, I'm telling you this right now. Most people are miserable. They're always gonna find ways to be upset. Don't let that person be you. Okay. So, are you creating that drama, or are you around someone that generates drama? There's those two, right? So you gotta eliminate both. Just having one being eliminated will not be enough. Okay? So, now, if okay. And here's an example. Most people give up before they even begin. They give up in their mind. That's usually where it starts. They give up in their mind. They give up before they even start, or they don't even participate in that because they psych themselves out. What's the point? What's the point? What's the point of doing this? What's the point of doing that? And that happens way too often, right? You got to give it a shot, okay? But if you know that doing certain things is not good for you, then you probably shouldn't do it, okay? Right? Like, there's certain things you just got to cut cold turkey. There's certain things that you probably should wean out, like a little at a time, right? Like, maybe I shouldn't eat a bag of Cheetos every freaking day. But you don't just wean off crack, okay? If you're taking crack, you're gonna have withdrawals. You're just gonna have to let that shit go. You just can't be like, you know what, today I'm just gonna take a little bit of crack, and I should, little by little, I should be all right. Okay? Drama, as long as I'm bored and not part of it, right? But I mean, you get that in Netflix, right? K-drama, crack. You can't wean off crack. All right, drama free. So, like, the example of, like, you know, my girl, she's like, oh, I'm mad at you. And she was like, she jumped on me. She was like, I'm not mad at you. I was like, I know. She was like, why? How do you know? I was like, it's because. Why would you? It's kind of having like that mindset of, why would you want to leave me? Because, and you won't say this to them, right? You don't want to be a cocky asshole, right? Whatever, right? But it's more like you have that mindset of, why would you want to leave me? Because I've been working towards myself, trying to become the better person that I am, and I'm constantly working towards that. So why would I do that? Why would you want to lose something great? And it's like, you're also thinking of this concept of, I love to have you around. So absolutely. Why do you get her mad? Because you know why? Women will always find some reasons to make a small situation into a bigger one. Okay? Now I'm talking about feminine women, right? A healthy one too. Even a healthy one would do something like that. But they don't always participate, and I'm gonna fucking test this guy every fucking day. Like, everybody has a limit, you know what I mean? And you don't want to be that person that has a limit every single day. Okay? But a little healthy amount is fine. That's to show that, is he still the same guy that he is? Or is he just gonna like blow shit out of proportion? And Marina, gentlemen, don't kiss and tell. So this is what happens, right? She tests you. She creates a small little problem into a bigger problem. Now this big problem, what happens? Boom. You're like, shh, it's okay. It's all right. And then from then on, they're just gonna be like, oh my God. Okay, and then that's usually, ladies, have you ever been so upset? Have you ever been so upset at your man, and then because he handled it so fucking well. Like, he didn't get mad at you, he didn't blow things out of proportions. And guess what? The next day, you felt like you regret it a little bit. You're like, oh my god, I hope he's not mad at me. And he's still like very loving and very caring. And he still accepts you the way you are. He's like, no, I knew you were going through some family feud in your head. Right? Shit like that. Boom. That means that guy knows how to, and it's not passive aggressive, okay? You don't do that out of passive aggressiveness. But it's more like, yo, hey, yo, I got a man. He knew exactly my changing emotions, and that happens, okay? But he understands me. Oh my god, he understands me, so he knows me. And that's when you fall in love a little more at a time. And guess what? When a woman feels heard and understood, the legs are open, all right? When she doesn't, the legs close. It's a principle. Y'all been missing it. And y'all be missing it, though. Yeah, sometimes, look, we're also not mind readers, so we can't always be perfect. But it's about making more right choices than wrong choices. You know what I mean? They get mad because we talk to our girls. Yeah, go talk. Do all you want. But as a guy and he doesn't get bothered, it's like, look, and even if she's like, now also there's certain things you want to set and enforce healthy boundaries, right? Now if she's going out trying to like talk to other guys because she's not getting enough attention from her man or whatever, and she's doing that, then it's like, look, how would you feel if I did the same thing to you? That's not appropriate, right? So why do you think it's appropriate for you to go and talk to other guys? Oh, because you're not giving me, then technically it's up to the guy. It's up to the guy at that point to be like, well, I don't want to participate in that. And if you want to, that's fine. That's fine. It just means that we can't be together. That's all. We just can't be together. And then you even take it to the next level of being light. You'd be like, you know what? Maybe we can't be together. And that's okay. You know, if that's what you want to do. And if she's agreeing with that, you'd be like, hey, maybe we just be friends with benefits, but we can't be together. And that's it. What do you mean we just friends with benefits? Is that all worth to you? No, but if that's what you want to participate in, then you're trying to change the terms of the relationship. I don't want to participate in that. That's it. It's not me telling you you can't do certain things. You can still do what you want. I'm just not going to participate in it. And that's like, okay, that's someone that has that, and you stick with that. It means you have morals and you have integrity. Holy shit. She's gonna be like, holy shit, like this guy really meant what he said. Oh my god, Maria. I feel like he can see into people's soul. Oh, totally. I know, because I went through the experience before with my ex. Yeah, but it's also this, like, as much as you want guys to understand how guys want to act, like, I'm trying to help guys become better people, but at the same time, you also want, and if you're a lady and you're watching this, you want to make it easy and effortless for your guy too. But it's usually what the guy does that gives a reaction to a woman, and that's what happens. So when I talk to couples, I hear the woman talk. I hear the lady, yada yada yada, this is what he's not doing, he's being rude. Yeah, okay, sure. I love to talk to you, understand. Let me hear this guy out. And when I hear the guy out, and I'm like, yo, dog, I get it. Your lady, she didn't like certain things. But I was like, yo, let me be honest with you, dog. Like, if you correct your behavior, if you don't let shit bother you, if you don't, you set and enforce healthy boundaries, you don't lose your shit, but you also don't take shit from her. You stand your ground. You are that rock in the ocean. She's kind of like that I always give that example of like the father-daughter, where like the daughter runs over to daddy's lap because maybe a kid at school is making fun of her, and he's the rock, and he's like, oh baby, you know what? It's okay. You know what? Probably he just likes you, and it's okay. And then you reassure her, and she goes run off and plays with her, I don't know, Barbies or whatever, right? If you condition her to train her that well, if you have a good masculine figure in your life, chances are she's gonna grow up to want a man that be like, I don't want no shitty ass guy that's going to treat me like this, because I have a good masculine figure in my life, whether it be your dad or whether it be your uncle, whatever it is, right? And so that's why I gave the option. You know, I told my nieces, I was like, look, if you ever want to understand a little bit more about guys, you also need to correct yourself too. Start at a younger age. You gotta be, you gotta fix yourself too. If you acting like a bitch all the time, ain't no guy wanna be around you, no matter how pretty you look or whatever. Like someone's gonna be done with your bullshit. Okay, so I want you to become the best that you can be. Okay, so it means that you have to understand each other, right? Just like a relationship, it works both ways. See two sides of the coin. Yeah, I'll always do my best to do that. So thank you, appreciate you, Severly. I'm trying to be the best version of myself, Zach. Definitely, man, definitely. So like, and feel free to ever to ask me questions. Okay. I'm usually more on Instagram, anyways. It's just TikTok seems kind of fun sometimes because I get to play music. All right. But that's why I do lives. Chat is usually more towards Instagram. Anyways, drama-free relationship. Number one, are you creating it, and are you participating in it, or are others around you bringing it into your life? Like, see, like just remember what you consume. Whatever you put into your mental factory, that's what's going to cause a lot of drama in your life, whether you creating it or someone bringing it into it, right? It happens. Like, hey, look, if you made your own drugs and you took it, it's no different than someone else gave you a drug and you took it. Okay? So be careful what you want to participate in. So, in a relationship, this is what I'm saying. Would you rather look for a teammate in a relationship or an opponent? Okay? Last thing, I wouldn't want to be with an opponent. I get, you know, having fun, joking, you know, there's certain things. And that's why chemistry is important. Maybe certain jokes that they say is a little too far a little bit. And then you let them know. He'd be like, hey, you know what? I don't participate in that. Like, this too much. Like, I get it. I get it. You want to have fun. You want to joke. Maybe I can't take your jokes because you're talking about shit that like I get it. I could take jokes, but don't be talking about how you never grew up with a dad. Okay? I get it. I get it. Don't talk about me not growing with a dad. I wouldn't talk about you not having certain things. You know what I mean? Like, too far. You don't want to take shit too far, okay? Have fun, okay? This is not a roasting session, okay? So, you want a teammate. Thank you. Thank you, Marina. I try to stand and understand. Yeah, there's certain things you just don't say to people, you know what I mean? But yeah, like that's why social IQ is so important, you know? And I'm not perfect around people. I fuck up. How are you doing today? Good. You? Good. You? Fuck. I just said that, huh? I just said good you after you said good you. That's weird. Can we change it up? Can I give you a handshake? Can we just squash what just happened? Yeah. That was weird. That was on me. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Yeah. And here's the thing. Chances are, if you own up to your own mistakes, people are usually okay with that. Shit happens, right? No one's perfect. I stutter. Shit happens. I couldn't say a freaking word just right now, earlier. Ruffle, feathers, feathering ruffles, right? I'm here thinking about Pringles. So, that own up to your own mistakes. People want to see people that they can relate with. No one's perfect. And so that's why whenever you go to a party, everyone's trying to like, oh, I want to look the best. It's like, no, man, just act a fool. Act a fool, all right? That's when the Henny hits. When the Henny hits, it hits a little different. So anyways, moving on. So hope you're not creating it. I hope you're not attracting it, right? I hope you're going to be around someone that is easygoing, easy to get along with, that has more self-control. More self-control. It's really important to have self-control. So it's and you have to ask, like, okay, if you're there and you have someone in your life that is not participating in what you're currently working on, then you're not going to vibe with that person. It means that it's like, shit, like I'm trying to work on bettering myself. I'm trying to not eat like shit. I get that my zip code is bad, but I still go out and buy salads. I still go out and eat healthy. Yeah. Henny stopped working for certain people in here. Henny knocks me on the ground. Please have to pick me up. Yo, don't ever get very special, all right? XO and above. Um, I don't get along with Henny. Yeah, I don't think anyone does. I don't think anyone. But Henny gets along with everybody. Okay? it's just a relationship we have with Henny, okay? Um, Soju makes me a little emotional sometimes. Soju. Yeah. But anyways, if you're not creating it and you're not and let's just say you have that person in your life, you just got to let them know. You just got to set and enforce healthy boundaries. And if that person's constantly bringing up their insecurities and why they're jealous and, oh, you can't have these certain friends or you can't, it's like, look, then you're trying to change me. You're trying to modify my behavior because your ass is insecure. Who fault that? Who faults that? It's you. Okay, it's you. Ain't nobody want to hear that. Ain't nobody want to hear it's their fault. So guess what? You got a choice. It means that I don't have to deal with your bullshit no more. I don't. And you can walk away with a smile, with a bottle of Henny in your hand. All right. Now, if that's your partner, right? Their insecurities, their limiting beliefs, right? Whatever. It's not your job to fix them. It's not. It's not your job to fix them. And it's definitely not your job to try to change them because changing them causes resentment. Okay, so don't do that. All you could do is provide resources. But if they take it in offense, like, hey, yo, I think you got a little anger problem, right? You get mad easily and they get offended and mad instead of trying to understand, then that's a red flag all over. Okay, that's straight red flag. Okay, run away. But also it's like, look, you don't, if you have resources, let them know. Okay, it's their choice if they want to choose that. I see everybody in chat, y'all just alcoholics. Okay, Chevlin, I know you don't drink. Yes, there's we're trying to be the best version of ourselves, talking about Hennessy in the chat. I see y'all. Now, what a woman does from time to time is bring up small things, like I said, and try to create small things into big ones. Our job as a guy is to make it a little bit smaller. How you can make it smaller? Keep it playful and fun, entertaining. It's like it doesn't bother you. It's kind of like James Bond. It's like, man, ain't gonna bother. But you'd be like, oh, is that what you think? Okay, I'm not sleeping with you, yo. Sure, okay, all right. But in the meantime, I think we should still have fun. I don't know why you're talking about sleeping with each other. I didn't even think of that. I was just thinking about having fun. You're spoiling the fun. Shut the hell up. Drink that shit. Drink that. Drink it right now. Yeah, that's right. Good girl. You need a Coke? You need a chase? You need a chaser? No? Okay, because I do, and you just drank. Yeah, I need chases. I don't like not chasing because that shit's nasty. Okay. If I had to drink Henny and there's no Coke, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know. I need some sort of chase. Okay, I chased Henny with a steak before because I needed some to dilute it. Just know never to use Doritos Crunch. Doritos Ranch. Doritos Crunch. Doritos Ranch. It tastes like vomit in your mouth. All right, don't use that to chase. Trying a better version and off Henny. Yo, it tastes like fucking shit in your mouth. Okay, don't do ranch. If you don't believe me, just try it. Okay, I rolled a dice. I didn't know. Well, speaking of alcohol, I didn't know Costco's is it Grey Goose and their bottle of considered Grey Goose is the same. Yeah, it's the same. I didn't know that. Just costs a lot less. So I'm all over the place, guys. Let me kind of consolidate, just pick it up. So, what a woman does from time to time, small things, big things. Us guys, big things, small things. It's not that big of a deal. It's okay. But never tell her that. Don't tell her. One way to piss her off is tell her to relax. Relax, chill. I don't know why you're so fucking mad all the time. Didn't that just trigger you a little bit? Even though it's like, I know Mitchell was joking, but I just got mad. 3% mad. Okay, but it's okay. I understand where you're coming from. Okay, 2%, 1. All right, I forgive you. All right. Yeah, they do. So, interesting enough, I should be sponsored, but Costco, if you want to go in and buy alcohol, they have to allow you in. All right. So, If you want to go in to get food and only food, just say, yeah, I'm just buying some alcohol. They gotta let you in, and then you go to the food court and you spend $1.50. Mm-hmm. Yes, calm down. We see red. I didn't drink any. I need to eat my tofu though. I do need to eat my tofu. I'm looking forward to that. All right. Okay, ladies, y'all know y'all did this. All right. To the one guy that's in here. All right, Zach, I'm calling you out. All right. When she tells you, when a woman tells you she wants to break up with you, it's usually a test. Okay, usually. Okay, I'm gonna break up with you. Fuck you. I'm leaving. I want to be with you. Plus, a king never leaves his castle, right? So it was like, all right, fine, all right, okay, all right. And then you let her go, but you let her know, you know what? I still love you. I still care about you. But if that's what you want to do, I'm not. Yeah. That's okay. I'm just gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna go to bed, and you just go. You just go. The one guy. You just be like, yeah, yeah. Oh, you're leaving? Well, I still love you. I still care about you. I told the boys that I was gonna go play Fortnite with them, so I'm just gonna go. Let me know if you change your mind. I'll be over there. All right. Poor Zach. then she gets mad, right? She's packing up her stuff, her underwear, her bras, her dresses, her coat, right? Whatever she has, her toothbrush, whatever it is she left in your place, she's gone. She's gonna go. Yeah, well, I'll see you later. In your mind, you should be like, yes, I just got free time. Means I can do the hell I want. Boundaries, okay? Because, hey, she says she wants to leave. It's usually a test. Let her go. Let her go for a little bit. It's all right. It means you just got a little bit of freedom right now. You just got some freedom. It means that you could go work out. You could do things to participate into making your life better. You like, I could read a book. I could listen to audio without getting interruptions. Shit. I could watch things without captions, because usually if I'm watching things, I have to have captions on because someone's talking, and I need all my senses. I need visuals. I need my ears. I don't really need my sense of nose. I don't need a smell. It's weird. But you need most of your senses to focus on the movie, right? Yeah, she's there all japping away. It's all good. You know, hey, it's all good. She'll be back. She won't leave. It's a test. Why would she leave you? You're the shit. Okay? I love you. But if you want to leave, it's okay. And it means that you don't take things too personal. Okay? And if you don't take things too personal, chances are she's gonna come back. You know why women leave guys? Women leave guys because they don't know how to act like men. They get bothered. They flustered. They're like, why you want to leave? Oh, there's another guy? Oh my God. Holy shit. You probably cheated on me. And then he start calling her names. C word, not Costco, okay? And he starts yelling other names, right? S word, not shit, okay? And he start yelling at her and calling her this, accusing her of all these things that she may or may not have done. You don't know that yet. You got zero proof. And after all that happens, she really leaves. And you're like, see, I knew it. But chances are, if you just play whatever I just told you, you'd be like, I love you. Okay, yeah, if you want to go, I'm just going to play some Fortnite. Chances are she'll be back. I know people like that who love to accuse just because it's insecurities, right? They're projecting things that they are insecure about. And jealousy is, the root of jealousy is insecurity. So let them go. And you know why? It's because why would you want to leave me? And if you do leave me, chances are there's another bus every 15 to 20 minutes. And it's not like you're just gonna hop on to another chick, but it's also at the same time, I didn't choose this, but you know what? It means that I got some time to work on myself to do the things that maybe I couldn't do when she was there, and that's okay. But you don't take it personal. You're not bothered by it. And when she comes back, guess what you do? You do not ignore her. You do not act passive aggressive. You be like, I was waiting. I actually made a bet, some of my friends, that you be back in under 72 hours, and I won $50. And guess what I'm gonna do with that $50? Yeah, Outback Steakhouse. Yeah, yeah. Nah. All right, we go Chevys. We know you like that. The chips and the salsa. They give a whole bunch of that. I know you like Chevys. Let's go Chevys. Let's go Chevy. Deep down, she's like, you fucking asshole. You fucking made a bet of me coming back. You piece of shit. But she's gonna laugh about it. Of course, you know you got your tone matters. Everything does matter. You know what I mean? Outback Steakhouse. Outback Steakhouse. Yeah, I want $50. You want to see it? Here, look at my Venmo. Check it out. I want $50 because I knew 72 hours you'd be back. And if you didn't, I would have lost $50. And I would have lost you. So technically, I would have had even more of a loss. But I'm glad you're back. Come over here. Come over here. I missed you. Come over here. Why you? Oh, okay. Yeah. Ford? What? Chevy? I'm more of a no. Chevys. Chevys is like they. I think they serve like Mexican food. I only been there a few times. But Chevys. I'm not talking about the cars. All right. Whatever you guys have over there, okay? Korean barbecue, whatever, trucks. Let's see. So, don't take it personal. If she wants to break up, chances are she doesn't really want to break up. She wants to test you to see if you are going to be grounded, okay? But also, if she's always constantly telling you that she wants to break up and threaten the relationship because of that, is that really someone that you really want to be with? Probably not. I wouldn't want to be around that. It's like, I want someone that's easygoing and easy to get along with. I didn't do anything wrong. And if I did, let me know. Don't yell at me. I understand I have ears, okay? It might be small, but I can hear you, okay? I hear things. If I can't hear you, you can write it. You text it to me. Let me know, okay? Let me know. But at the end of the day, communicate with me. That's all I ever asked. Right? Plus, whenever you get mad, like you know bunnies, they just kind of wiggle a little bit, and that's what happens. It's I'm just gonna focus on your nose every time you're mad. That's it. Roscoe's? Are we no, not cars. Chevy's is a place where you go eat. I gotta send it to y'all could check it out. I want someone who sees me hurt and just leave so I can right? Or you leave. You be like, but then you get those crazy ones that like, no, you better not fucking leave. You walk out that door, I'll break up with you. You're like, then break up with me. Then I need to walk out. I need some fresh air. I'm gonna go get a burrito, okay, or some chicken and waffles like Marina. I don't know. That seems kind of unhealthy, Marina. Every time you get mad, you go chicken and waffles, right? Yeah, you're gonna put on a lot of weight eating chicken and waffles all the time. Every time you're mad, down the street, right? Chicken and corn cheese with butter. Those are good. All right, moving on. This is my last slide, so way over time, but it's okay. So, drama-free in relationships, okay? So, you don't want a lady that overdoes things, but every now and then, if she does it, it's a little test. It's okay, right? She needs reassurance for her uncertainty. Uncertainty is part of feminine energy, and that's okay. Look, I get it. You're a little uncertain. I'm here to be your rock. You're that little girl, that little girl running into the lap, daddy's lap. It's okay, baby. You know what? He was just mean. It's because he likes you, okay? Really, daddy? Yeah, that's why. That's why he likes you. So, don't let him bother him. I understand. You hurt your feelings, but the next time he does that, all right, this is what you do, okay? Just don't tell him that daddy taught me this, okay? So you just do certain things, and he will stop. He will stop that. Yeah. And then she goes and do it, right? Just don't rat daddy out, okay? I never taught you this. Kids are smart, all right? Kids are smart. I was washing my car, and my nieces was there. I didn't know that they were behind me. I just knew my sister-in-law was there. So I was washing my car, and as I was washing my car, I turned off the water, right? And then you gotta squirt all the water out, right? So I was playing with it. I was like, I don't know what else I'm gonna do. So I acted like I was 9 or 12, and I put it near my waist, and I went like this, and I pointed up in the sky, okay? It's been a week. my nieces still remember. Okay, they still remember. So yeah, be careful what you do around kids. They remember things really well. Um, yeah, lesson learned. It was okay. They had fun. Oh my god, Uncle Mitchell, remember when you were just peeing? No, I wasn't peeing. No, but I wasn't peeing. No, okay. Pee don't shoot that high, unless you have whatever. Yeah. um. Okay, so let me just finish this. You want to have in mind of why would you want to leave me? Okay. Not letting her ever changing emotions ever get to you. Unless you did something completely wrong. Okay, that's like if you cheated, own up to that. If you're that guy named Clint over on, on if you name that his name is Clint. Or if you ever cheated on your girl, whatever, and you got her pregnant, this other chick, like, and you say, don't expect her to be back, all right? Just don't expect her to be back. You own up to your own actions, okay? That's why you got to align yourself with someone that has integrity. But first, you have to have that first, all right? So, and learn not to take rejection in relationship or business personally. So, key thing, if anything, I've said a lot of shit today, but if there's any one thing that I want you guys to take away from this is try to find a light in everything and do your best that you can. And when you get angry and frustrated, try to find your way back into your center as to why you're mad. And then if you can understand why, understanding facts rather than just how you feel, then if you see it as a fact and you're like, okay, this is why I'm mad. I'm mad because I didn't get what I want. I didn't get what I want because I'm a little impatient and I'm just hungry. When I'm hungry, I act like a bitch. And when I act like a bitch, this is how I see bitches act like, and I don't want to act like that. And yeah, and then try to keep it light. Try to even crack a joke about it. You know what I mean? And that's how you're going to not take things so personally. And when you don't take things too personally, others won't. It's like, wow, this person really knows how to control their emotions. Mitchell. Yeah, it's just, when you're washing your car, just don't spray up in the air. You know what I mean? So, and don't do it with kids around. All right, don't do it with kids around. They remember everything. They snitches too. They'll be like, daddy has a red eye. Don't go upstairs to the toilet. Mommy's in there. Twice. I have almost gorilla grip. Yeah, but it's not to just grip onto that, Zachary. I know what you're saying though. But it's like, like you got to keep it playful and fun, right? Like kind of think James Bond. Every time you get mad, James Bond, right? What would James Bond do? James Bond, right? What would James Bond do? Okay. And that's kind of like the mentality. Yeah, Sophie, I'm calling it out, right? Kind of like that mentality. And so, and a good question to ask, as these are things that happens to you, right? But when you're at a place of rest and you're in a good state of mind, a good question to ask is, if my life isn't the way I want it to be, you want to ask yourself why, and how can I make it better, and what are some of the limiting beliefs that I have, and that's usually what's holding you back, right? If that's holding you back, then you gotta let go of that resistance so you can move forward a little bit, And to quote this one guy, freaking. He's weird. He's weird. Anyways, I was at a carnival and they were about to close. Anyways, short story. He was like, "Hey yo, kid, if you want to shoot this basketball, I think it was like $3 normally, but he was like, we're about to close, blah blah blah, right? If you want $1. It was kind of weird because I was like, what, 12, 13? And I'm not good with the basketball. I got lucky. And he said one thing that kind of like, it was funny. It was funny because I understood it. But if you say this to anyone else nowadays, especially to a kid, you're going to be called 911 anyway. So I thought it was funny. He was like, yo, kid, you got to get it up before you get it in. And I was like, boom, got it in. Give me my big ass alien with that big ass head. It's neon green. I want that shit. Give me that. So he gave it to me. And it was one of the best days of my life because he tried to one up me and I won a big ass alien for $1. It was huge. It was bigger than me. Okay. It was $1 at a carnival. Okay. And those, carnivals are rigged. But anyways, gotta get it up before getting in. All right. Um, what would Sophie do? Sophie. Personally, I don't have a problem with anger, so I'm not sure if anything I come off as I don't care at all. Yeah. So anything that's taken a little bit too extreme is bad too, right? Like it's you don't want to not. So here's an example. I'm pretty sure you heard of the no contact rule, right? The no contact isn't supposed to manipulate the other person into contacting you back, right? But it's more so of the philosophy of why would I give my attention to somebody, especially even after I try to convey or communicate to them like, hey, give me a call or let me know something's on your mind, and they're completely stonewalling you. So you're like, you know what? I'm not gonna give you my attention. I'm not gonna give you my time because my time's valuable. Whatever I want to do with it, my time's valuable, right? And it's in any type of market, right? Like you never get paid what you're worth. You only get paid for what you negotiate. So if you don't value your time, someone else is not going to value your time. You know what I mean? So it wasn't until I started valuing my time, that's when I was like, you know what? I don't want to participate in certain things. That's when things became a little bit more scarce for other people. And scarcity creates value, right? So but I do want to say, like, just be careful taking things to the extreme, right? And no contact is supposed to work as, look, it's a philosophy. If you're not going to give you your time, give me your time. Why would I want to spend more time like devaluing myself? Especially if you consistently work towards yourself and building yourself up, right? No contact. No contact is like, it's kind of like ghosting. You could say that. It's kind of like, and because the reason, so most people online, what they do is they use no contact as a sense of manipulation, right? You're trying to manipulate somebody into contacting you back to getting what you want, right? But you see the intentions behind that. I'm doing no contact because I don't want to spend time with somebody that's not going to give me their time. Like I'm trying to put in my effort and they're not seeing that. Why am I going to keep doing that? But it's not passive aggressive. It's not I'm not doing anything to try to get something out of it. But it's more like they're not giving it to me. I'm not gonna give it to them, so it's okay. You go on your merry way. I hope you have a great life. I really do. Versus they're not giving me their attention, so I'm going to make them give me their attention by doing this type of tactic, which is called no contact. And eventually they will. And so the trouble behind no contact is when you do it with the intention of trying to manipulate someone, it backfires on you tenfold. If they know that you're manipulating them to do that, so that's the no contact. Let's see. Let's see. Oh no. I didn't attack you like that. No. Let's see. Did I miss something? Yeah. Let's see. Did I miss something? Rather upset, mad, and pretending, right? Oh no. So Zach, so it's just when you said it comes off as, what do you say? It comes off as you don't care. I just don't want other people to get the wrong idea because you sound like a great guy. It's just that I don't want them to misinterpret that as, oh my God, he's a heartless person. You know what I mean? And it's because of the actions that is being applied, right? But it's not that you don't care. It's just that that's kind of your persona. And if that's your persona, I don't want them to get the wrong idea. So it's really important to find that balance of caring when they do come into your life and not giving them the attention because you've given them enough and they're not reciprocating or giving you any type of like enthusiasm, or they're not, like, say for example, if you invited someone out twice and they never given you any type of like counter offer, hey, I can't really hang out this weekend. I'm busy these 2 weeks or whatever. And they don't be like, oh, but I am free next week, or I'm free whatever week or whatever, then it's kind of like, well, why would you want to continue giving them? You know what I mean? Let's see. Communication, that no contact in a relationship will be bad. Absolutely. And so that's why, but that's more so like a certain type of group of people that would do that. So, you know, this right here is not a tactic. It's more of a philosophy behind it. Oh, it's like, it's not that I don't care. It's like conveying that the solution doesn't bother me. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Trey for let's see what I missed. This is never. Yeah, he texts. It's frustrating. See how complicated. Just buy a plane ticket. If he doesn't tell you how he feels. Okay, there's a lot going on here. Okay. Okay. Marina thinks could go bad. I broke up with him now. I know you're gonna text. Well, trade for real. TS. Zach. If it doesn't bother you. I wouldn't so Marina, I wouldn't necessarily say it doesn't bother you, but it's more like you want to show it, display it through actions, right? Like if she's like packing up her stuff and leave and gathering, it's like if someone wants to think about it like a playground, right? You're in a sandbox, and they don't like what just happened, so they grab all the toys and leave, right? So I was like, okay, well, I don't know what we did wrong, but you're always welcome to come back if you want. And you're still allowing them that room. You're allowing them to choose if they want to come back. Maybe something's happening. They don't like certain things happening, so it sucks for them, but it's okay. You know what? Just come back when you want. It's all good, Flight's not feelings. That's the trouble in falling into those things though, those hashtags, because a lot of people believe in it. You know what I mean? Just like how they believe in Hollywood is this type of movie where like you're supposed to always chase the girl, you're supposed to do this. It's like, no, absolutely not. Don't do that. Don't do that. But yeah. You hush, Mitchell. You know what I meant. No, I have to explain it because I know what you mean, but I don't want other people to misinterpret that. Because I remember when a girl says, oh, you should let me know how you feel. Yeah. And then guess what? I told her how I felt. Why the hell did she back away? Because she knew exactly. She was like, okay, Mitchell likes me. Mitchell would never want to leave because he likes me. It's like, what kind of cat wants to play with a dead mouse? Okay? There's no excitement. I know he's available. He's there whenever I need him. It's like a Pokemon, bah, Charizard, come out. Boop. Right? It's like that. In front of his nieces. But that's the type of thing. Like how would you say this? It's not letting it get to you. That's really, really important, right? By not taking it too personal. Because if you take things too personal, they're gonna be like, oh, this person's no fun. All he does is take life too fucking serious. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, but my car's clean. It's clean. You should see the tires. They're all shiny and stuff, right? My nieces had a great laugh. Yeah. Just don't let me clean the inside of the car, okay? Because it'd be like, yo, why is the seat a little wet? You'd be like, don't worry about it. It's supposed to be like that. It's supposed to. What kind? Yeah, it's a new brand. They don't have a name yet for it, but if it smells the way it does, it will go away in like 2 to 3 days. Just give it some time. Yeah. It's supposed to like clean, like And you just gotta make some shit up off the top of your head. Like, yeah, it's one of those things like it just smells bad because it's like it's all the bacteria coming up because it seeps in and it's like, it's kind of like bleach, right? Bleach don't smell great, but like your shirt comes out all white and shit, right? It's something like that, but just give it 3 days. Yeah. And if it's a little wet, it happens. That's yeah, it's all good. It just you'll be all right though. You'll be all right. And then you walk out into a party smelling like piss. A sports car. Yeah, for real. Yeah, it's a new brand that like they're trying to figure out a name for it. They don't have it yet. Yeah. But anyways, like you said Whataburger? You said you want Whataburger? Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, let's get some Whataburger. You change the subject. You better stop changing the subject. Nah, you said you were hungry. I'm not changing no subject. You want to talk about what happened? Yeah, I'm telling you. I already told you what happened. It takes 3 days. It takes 3 days. No, my friend's mom left her window down and cat peed all over it. See, I'm crying at this. Okay, how long did it take? It took way more than 3 days, right? Didn't it? It smells bad because I'm detailing cleaning vinegar. I'm detailing my car. Yeah, it's like, do you rather have something like you just can't use deodorant and cover up like your you know bad body odor. You know what I mean? So like it's supposed to smell like that. It's supposed to. Yeah. And sometimes the ingredients change a little bit. It happens. When ingredients change, it smells a little bit like coffee. It's because they got a new product. Like they're trying different senses. When you drink too much coffee and you piss off coffee smell or asparagus, don't eat asparagus and piss on someone's car. Okay, just don't do that. But when you do that, you just gotta like cover it up, right? You just gotta lie your way through. This just went again. Whatever Mitchell said, it was, nothing. Yeah, it's that coffee smell. Yeah. You smell it? Colombia coffee. Yeah, it's that medium roast. Yeah. I don't know if you smell it. Yeah, it's a little, yeah, a little earthy. Yeah, it happens. It hit that palate. Yeah. Oh, too informative. Yeah, hit like let it soak. Right? Rinse. I remember the first time I was trying to like taste coffee. Um it was I was like, yo, it tastes the same. It's just bitter. No, it's earthy. Bitter. Yeah. I don't know why people drink this shit. I get it, caffeine. All right, it makes sense. Keep your secrets. I'm just having a good time making shit up off the top of my head, just because someone said I pee to clean my car. Yeah, that's how you keep it clean, bro. But anyways, holy shit, I can't believe. Yo, it's been 100 minutes. What was that? Hour and 45 minutes. Yeah, confessions. Yeah. Uncle Mitchell. Yeah, my I love it when my nieces smile and laugh. Really do. But Sophie's definitely, she's one of those like Sophie's definitely pretty animated, If you ever see my niece, she's pretty animated. I gotta post that video of we were all eating. I think it was like what was it? It was last year in December, I think. And then she drew a picture of, is it her uncle? Yeah, her uncle sleeping on a chair, like, and he was like like knocked out. Well, I love it. Age where I could be a grandpa. Yeah, I know. She's wild. She could read a lot too, so yeah. Yeah, I do miss her. And every now and then she's like, see, and this is how I also know kids are like the cats, right? Kind of like the cats. She's like a cat. Sometimes she wants to play with you, sometimes she doesn't. But when she does, you want to give her the attention, and when she goes away, you don't let it bother you. They're innocent, yeah. I forgot. Wait. Yeah, excuse selling. Not the kids. Yeah, she's cute. She's cute for sure. And then when they get a little bit older, they take things too serious, right? They all dress up and shit, trying to look nice, trying to look like Barbies. They still got dirt underneath their fingernails. I know, me too. I don't know. She's not feeling too well right now, so I don't need to take meds. It's just cold lately. I think the weather's keep changing, so it's not great. That's all good. But anyways, drama for your life. Drama for your life. Don't take do not take things too personal, you know? And if I ever take things too personal, it means that I couldn't figure out a way to see the light in that situation. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it happens, you know. I'm human. I get mad. I get upset. Sometimes I'd be like, you know, I catch myself like, fuck, damn, I slipped. My coke nose. Wow. Your nephew knows a lot. How? Yeah, it just keeps changing. The weather keeps changing. I can't. There's nothing I can do with that, right? Unless I'm like in an environment in my house where I keep the heater on at a certain, you know. Oh yeah, he's 7. Yeah. Okay, that's totally understandable. I was like, I'm thinking nephew like 8 years old, like coke nose. No, but I like this. I like this. You know, like the chat, the community, how everyone's like, you know what I mean? You don't get those weird people on TikTok. I know I'm gonna get more of those. I know, right? But that's why I gotta start eliminating some of those people. Fun again tonight. Thank you, Tracy. You know, I love it if you share some of your great stories too as well, right? Where it doesn't seem like I'm just making shit up. Yo, this is what Mitchell said. This was real, right? Um, Talking about someone who used to work at a doctor, sir. Mr. Connor. Definitely. I hope you guys did have a good time. Learned some things, had a few laughs. Maybe you got a little sip. You know what I mean? We talked about how peeing in a car cleans certain things. Yeah. You want me to wash your car? It costs $150 and a lot of sparkling water. Give me sparkling water, all right? I'll clean it. You get Henny right now. All right, Zach. Thank you. Who was it? Chev, Tracy, Marina. We got Min. I can't call you Min the Killer. All right, it's special detailing ingredient. Yeah, it changes every month. You're gonna mess up your custom paint. All right, guys. Have a good night. Thank you. Drama free. You know, wake up tomorrow morning. You know, do that little thumb thing that I taught you about. Someone piss you off. You're like this. You're like, why are you massaging your thumb? Don't worry about it. Stare at them in the eye as you're doing it. Have a good night. All right, guys. I'll see y'all on Saturday. All right. Peace. TS. All right. Bye-bye.